Happy New Year, everyone! Okay, so welcome to my New Year's January 2020 new releases video. So I believe there's going to be great many books this year, and I'm going to start to kick it off with my own, The Wise Woman from the West, that is coming out in the Prophesized Sorcerer series. And now there's only The Sorcerer from the South left, which I have finished writing and it's being edited, so it's soon gonna come to you. But I'm gonna present that in the next month's video, I think. So today I am going to have 6 other books for you, and I'm gonna start with The Ice Dragon from D.K. Holmberg, and this is a fantasy, epic fantasy quest where Jason lives, I think he takes cover living in the North Mountains because there's rumors of ferocious dragons, ice dragons I suppose, and I think he's staying away from the village because he has a silver eye, which obviously would be recognized by the people, that he has some sort of dragon sight. So it tells of a freedom festival, which then must mean that there might have been a captured people or maybe chased by dragons in the past and now maybe freed of most dragons. Well, during this ceremony there is things happening, and I suppose maybe a dragon appears, and Jason Dressem is chased down this mountain, and I think he will maybe find out a bit more about himself and some more connection to his sort of dragon magic and dragon abilities. So who doesn't like a dragon story and epic fantasy? I think this one is going to be really great. I think there's going to be, questy sort of fighting sort of book, and I believe this one could be one to watch out. It was released already on the 1st of January, so a January book, don't forget to check it out. So the next book is The Nameless Queen by Rebecca McLoughlin, and this one seems exciting in the way that it seems to be an epic fantasy with a lot of politics and rivalry. It appears to be a class society where some are obviously higher classed, and some people are even so low that they are nameless. These nameless people can disappear and no one would care. There is one person that has a tattoo on her arm, and it doesn't say specifically that the tattoo relates to that she should then have the right to the crown, but I guess that's what it means. So no one can argue it. So she, gets placed in the palace. And what I find quite interesting sentence that she has on her blurb is that the palace corridors are more dangerous than the streets, which sort of explains that there is going to be some conspiracy. There's going to be people trying to get her off the throne. She's going to have to fight for her throne equally as hard as it's going to be for her to rule, because she doesn't have any tools to do it. She didn't grow up with it. She's nameless. People, she comes from a society that no one, bothers to learn about, and now, she's going to have to be accepted into a society where, she wouldn't be really respected. So, The Nameless Queen, this book seems very interesting and very backstabbing sort of story. It releases on the 7th of January from Rebecca McLoughlin, so I can't wait to see what becomes of this book as well. Going on to the next book, we have A Brightness Long Ago by Gavriel K. So this seems to follow on the last book's genre, where it's set in a castle where Daniel has a poor background. He is a son of a tailor, and because of his intelligence, he has won himself into a school where he sort of can take up a job in the court rulings, and he learns why they call a man the beast. So that is not explained more, but sounds interesting, because the beast to me suggests that he is either brutal or strong or something, or maybe strong and but righteous or something, and he might be someone that helps Daniel or not. Let's see. But there is also a rival. It says that his life is changing when Adria is walking into his chamber at night with the aim to kill him. So I don't know if that maybe turns into then a romantic connection, or because that's what I would want, because obviously I like the romance part in books. But maybe not. Maybe she just wants what's hers. She wants to claim some more respect, and or maybe it said she wants to live in freedom. So I don't know if she might try to find a way out of the sort of castle and the royal system. Who knows? But that is releasing on the 23rd of January, and as always as well, I cannot wait to see what this is about. Jumping on to our fourth book is Wicked Bite by Jeanine Frost. So this seems to be a dark romance, paranormal romance, which who doesn't love under the covers on a dark rainy night. Vertias is a vampire. She works for the Law Guardians, and she has her rules. She knows what to do in her job, and I believe that one day all of it needs to be broken because she needs to save Eoin, who seems to be someone that she have sworn her life to and sworn her soul and heart and everything. So she wants to now hunt down some evil dark sources, and I'm not really sure what she's going to do with them or how to defeat them, but they seem quite dark and dangerous and cruel, and she can lose her own life, but that's a risk she has to take. She might also lose her job, but I think that's a small price to pay for Eoin, because it seems like she is the only thing on his mind, because his mind seemed to have been a bit fragmented by maybe an event or by these evil spirits. So yeah, who doesn't love a romantic dark romance hero story? This one releases on the 28th of January, so don't forget to check that out as well. Okay, fifth book up. This one is from Eoin Colfer, and it's called High Fire, and this one will also be releasing on the 28th of January. And I think this is a sort of an alternative Earth situation, because it is in Louisiana, in the swamps, and this guy called Squib is trying to be a good son. He's generally, managing to provide for him and his mama. And so just that description makes me feel like it's going to be a little bit of diving into the Louisiana culture. There's the fake daddy who works out on them with full of debts, with bad reputation, and the general constable Hook is coming to call to collect the debt. Maybe he's harassing the mama a little bit as well, just to get his deal of the bargain in before they can actually pay up. So Squib goes and take up a job, which then the constable doesn't like. I think there's going to be rivalry between the constable and Squib, because Squib wants to get him and his mum into like a city and pay off his debts and get a good reputation. And I think that the constable is trying all he can to get whatever he can out of this deal. So but then there's something hindering them in the way, which is a dragon. So this is where I think it's an alternate Earth coming in, because obviously there's no dragons in Louisiana. Who knows? Maybe it's it could be a code name, dragon, for some, you know, some other creature or character. But anyway, it turns a little bit into a fantasy, and so a low fantasy perhaps. Not sure if there's going to be any love in this, but I am just intrigued by this description and how he can, how Eoin can then, you know, make this into something with a message and a moral that we can all learn from. So I'm going to check this one out as well. So then we can jump to then the final book that I'm going to present to you today, which is last but not least from Michelle Sagara, Cast in the Wind. So this one I find super interesting because it has the elements of a magic tower that keeps shadows away from Elantra, where Caitlin lives. She is sort of a guardian. She has a companion that is a dragon, and one day it seems that one of the shadows has, you know, escaped and come into Elantra, which she needs to find out why and how so that she can stop it, because otherwise this shadow can sort of devour her whole you know, city. And Elantra sounds quite a lot like Elantris from Brandon Sanderson, and you know, this with different souls and protection, and there's going to be a magic system. Well, this is what I think from the description of the blurb, but it seems to be a lot going on. It seems to be secrets lying in these this passage and this magic between the towers that Caitlin wants to find out what they are. So very epic. I think this is going to be, I hope there's a slice of romance in there as well, because then, you know, I'm sold on this. So this one I can't wait. This one also releases on the 28th of January, and I'm gonna have to check it out. I know that this time around in January there's been quite a few dragon books, which is quite nice. I like it. I don't know if it's me just torn to choose these books for you, but you know, it might be something popular coming now on the market, so that's a good thing. So very, very good. Okay, so to sum up all the books that we've been speaking about today, we're gonna start off with on the 1st of January. We have The Ice Dragon by D.K. Holmberg. That is the first one of this crazy dragon theme this month. Then we are moving on to The Nameless Queen by Rebecca McLoughlin, which is releasing on the 7th of January. And then on the 23rd of January we have Gavriel A Brightness Long Ago. Then we have the 3 that will be releasing on the 28th of January. So we have Wicked Bite by Jeanine Frost. We have as well High Fire by Eoin Colfer. And last but not least, we have Michelle Sagara with Cast in Wisdom. So these are the amazing books that I think is going to be a great read this month. And if you agree and, you know, have agreeing with my books, my picks so far, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. And as always, I wish you a very good day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!